કેમ છો બધા? હેલો, દિલીપ કુમાર કાંતિલાલ કપાસી બોલે છે. અત્યારે હું મારા ઘરમાં 5552 ડોનિંગટન પ્લેસમાં સુગરલેન્ડમાં ટેક્સાસ 77479 માં આવી ગયો છું. I had a big trip that I came back from. It started on December 4th and the trip was to India and it was a snowy day. My ticket had been cancelled, but finally I found a ticket on Qatar Airways from Houston all the way to Mumbai. I arrived Mumbai on December 6th and then stayed with Nirva, Paresh, Bella and Nan for a few days. They were all happy to see me. It was a beautiful feeling to see Nayan the first time and Bella grown up about a year and a few months over, and they were both excited. Nan was especially a good child and he wouldn't cry at all coming to me. Anyway, I stayed in Nirva's Taj Wellington for about 4 days, and then went straight to Ahmedabad for a wedding of a girl called Forum. She's our distant relative, and I went with my sister Vimuben by plane. It was her first time in a plane, and then we stayed in Ahmedabad for about 4 days. In those 4 days, one day was the wedding. Second day, Suresh Bhai from Rajkot had visited me on behalf of me, just to visit me over there, and he came and visited us. So Vimuben, Suresh Bhai and myself, we went from Ahmedabad to Tarangaji Tirth, a beautiful temple of Jain culture. We had a wonderful time in Tarangaji. We stayed up until about 2 o'clock in the night. We sat and talked, and then in the later part of that program, we went back to Baroda via Ahmedabad to see my sister, and that was 12th of December, and that happened to be my 63rd birthday. So I had a good time with my sister Veena Ben. It so happened that just a day or so ago, 3 brothers, Hemendra uncle, myself, and Suresh uncle, and Vimuben were in some place in Ahmedabad, and on my birthday, which was December 12th, Suresh Bhai, Vimuben, Veena Ben, and me were together in Baroda. Hemendra Bhai was not there at the time. Anyway, we stayed in Baroda for 2 days, then went back to Ahmedabad. And Ahmedabad thi pachi I and Vimuben flew back to Mumbai. This was a little short trip in which I didn't do any other cities except for Ahmedabad and Tarangaji. And came back to Mumbai, and I stayed in Bombay for another 10 days or so. Neha had visited us during that time, and Neha was nice. We roamed around a few places, had a good lunch, a good dinner in Taj Mahal restaurant, not restaurant, but a place in Taj Mahal, a hotel. It was a Japanese place, I don't remember, it's called Wahabi or something like that. It was a great Japanese dinner, and of course courtesy of Nirva Patel, and we had a good time with Paresh during all these times. On 24th of December, Divya came. And Divya came on 24th of December, so I stayed with Divya for a day or so. And then, even though I had a plan to go to Goa with the family, Paresh had invited me to go with all of them to Goa from December 25th all the way to January 1st. I booted out and I said, no, I need to go to someplace else. So the day when they went to Goa, which was December 25th, early, middle of the morning, I stayed in their apartment, and later that same day, on December 24th, I went to Pune to visit Meena's side relatives. I went by Deccan Queen. It was a wonderful trip. Sumti Bhai had come to pick me up, and also Raju Bhai's son had come to pick me up, and we went. I stayed in Pune for about 4 days, and it was a beautiful time in Pune. We saw Smita's new apartment. I met Kiri, Raju, and all his family members. We went to see Vargao Seri, little house, and then after winding up Pune's trip, I came again back to Bombay on the day, say about 28th of December, and on the same day when I came back, I went to Kandivali to get my work done as far as the registration of the Kandivali apartment, but it didn't get finished. But the same night I went by plane to Rajkot. So on 28th of December I was in Rajkot. This trip I made by myself. I stayed in Rajkot from 28th of December to 3rd of January, because by then Divya had come back and the whole family had come back from Goa to Taj Wellington. So, and Divya was leaving on 4th morning, so I wanted to stay a whole day with Divya. So I came back to Bombay on 3rd, but Rajkot trip was really good. I stayed with all the people, and we had real great time with Suresh Bhai, Babhi, Bhadresh, Hemal, and Baburi. There is Kunjal. Now the house looks empty in Rajkot, more or less. But then we also had been visited by Anisha, her son, and her daughter, and also Nirav Bhai during that time. So it was a good time to see all of them. And we also went and saw their new apartment in Rajkot, which is a wonderful apartment, great place. We also went to see a place called Lakeview. It was a nice, beautiful, villa type buildings. Anyway, left everybody back at Rajkot on 3rd of January in the morning. Went to Bombay by plane. And on the 3rd of January, which was a Sunday by the way, stayed with Divya, took Divya out to Bombay streets. We went to our old home. Gagangiri, our new apartment. I saw Divya, I had Divya see our apartment in Gagangiri. She was very nice. She was very pleased to see all that. She had to buy a few things here and there, little cutlery items and also cosmetic items for somebody that she wanted to buy, little things here and there. So Divya was good. Everything was fine. I spent the whole night, the whole day with Divya. At about 11 o'clock, Divya had to go to the airport, so she left. And I stayed in Bombay from then until 12th night, basically. And then came back to US. On the remaining days, I had to get the work done of the Kandivali registration, which took me at least 3 days, 3 full days to get it all done. It was a frustrating thing in India. And Anil Bhai helped me quite a bit in doing that. He came with me to the Kandivali court, and a person named Rajesh Vakil and his staff, and finally we got it all done. In all of this, I also met Hemendra Bhai, Prafula Bhabi, and also Vandana, Raju. They were all nice. They were all so good. And I saw Bachu Kaka. Now, when it comes to Bachu Kaka, I went and visited him. Actually, in the days after December 3rd, Bachu Kaka had fallen more sick, and Pradeep had called us that he's in the hospital. So